Hey to all our friends in the North Texas area, uh, Plano, Frisco, Richardson, all like the great area of the Dallas Metro. I'm here with my good friend and longtime partner with Head for the Cure, Sherry Niederhoff. Sherry, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Matt?
Great. I'm great. I'm reminded to everybody out there, Sherry is not only um, the source of energy and the taskmaster for our work in North Texas. She's been on our board now for I think 7 years, and represents kind of the volunteer planning understanding of how to really plow forward with a Head for the Cure event. But above all that, she was friend to Stevie, and you told me your story that your dear friend and personal trainer, Stevie Patrick, had just been diagnosed with a serious and malignant brain tumor, and you wanted to do something. The spiritual guide aligned us together. You found Head for the Cure and asked me and Julie, would you guys ever think about expanding to the Dallas area? And I think I said, sure, let's do it. And then that was the beginning. And thinking back on that experience and your relationship with Stevie and what she means to you and to everybody, her family today, how would she reflect on what we're doing and what her life meant in many dimensions, but I guess specifically for other people facing brain tumors?
Well, I think, first of all, when we first started this, we were all a volunteer kind of organization, North Texas, and kind of spearheaded that as a local planning committee. We had a race director that was pro bono, and actually a lot of stuff was free because you guys didn't have the budget back then. And we thought we'd have this, our race director, Jarrell, told us that we'd have maybe 500 people for our first event. And I think Stevie had such an amazing support system with amazing friends, her family, that wanted to see it really be big for her and this community. And so I think it was really an honor. I think she was such a humble girl and never met a stranger and always offered hugs, and just I think she was very humbled by what was happening during the time. She only attended, let's see, 2011, 2012. Yeah, 23 races, 3 years of races. But I think it was always very, very impactful for her and her family.
What would you say about our partner, UT Southwestern, and also Gray Matters, those folks, others that we've come to align with?
Well, UT Southwestern, I just have so much respect for them. The physicians that are working with us, Dr. Marr, Dr. Pan, I mean, everyone has been so supportive and show up on race day and motivate our community. And I was able to tour in, I think, February down there with the research area at UT Southwestern. And I was just really blown away by their facility and their really passion to find some cures. So I love the partnership with them. I think they're just an amazing, top-notch organization.
We've recently put a renewed focus, maybe even a greater focus on the vitality, the importance of caregivers, and it's not usually one person. It's and I think Stevie would attest to that she had an army of folks that were that were surrounding her. People often ask how many folks are affected by a brain tumor, or what's the impact of a brain tumor. And the stats are there are 700,000 people living with brain tumors. There are 20,000 new malignant brain tumors every year. But that's only a part of the story. The people affected are all those who surround each one of those patients and the legacies of those that have carried forward. Would you agree?
I totally agree. And you know what? I see that every week Gray Matters meets, which is their support group here locally at North Texas. And we meet once a month in person and once a month in Zoom. And I just come away from those meetings just kind of really humbled because one, I've never been in a community. I'm a retired hospice nurse, and I've been a lot around different cancers. And I tell you, the people in the brain tumor community are so amazingly positive. And it's amazing that they are like that because there's so many debilitating things. And, you live from MRI to MRI, and it can be a long-term thing. And man, they just live life every day. And I think attending a support group and getting involved with those people in their lives really puts in perspective what each of our lives should really be.
It's one of the things I love so much about the North Texas event is the power of the energy that comes from faith and from this sort of galvanizing spirit that connects people, faith in their own way, and from that I wanted to let everybody in the North Texas area know that Sherry Niederhoff, she's done a lot of amazing things. And we talk about legacies, and Head for the Cure does exist not only in embrace for patients and their loved ones who are fighting brain cancer today and every year, but it also does salute the legacies of the people who have succumbed and whose spirit is still with us, and including Stevie and many others. And from that, Sherry created a really special honor, the Legacy of Love honor, and that was designed to recognize special people who are in the lives of special people, and primarily caregivers. And not only did you create the honor, but you received it too. And what does that mean to you? What is the Legacy of Love embody?
Well, I think so many times I kind of felt like that after Stevie lost her battle, that the caregivers kind of get lost, right? You've done all this work and you are really grieving, and I think Stevie's family, her husband and her immediate family, sister, parents, I think we all felt like we wanted to honor Stevie in such a way. And how would we do that? How would we best do that? And we came up with love because she was the epitome of that. She was the epitome of faith. She was the epitome of love and just giving. I mean, I remember one time in her journal, she said, "Lord, I'm not going to ask why you gave this to me, but let's go. Let's do this." She was ready to fight and get out the message. And she was a true warrior for that. And I think just keeping that alive. I remember the time we just had done the Legacy of Love just in North Texas for a couple of years. And then you all asked if you could do it in other markets. And I remember reaching out to Damon, Stevie's husband, and her family, and said, "Hey, what do you guys think about this? Would it be okay to do that?" And I think everyone was just very overwhelmed that her story would be told, and she would be part of this organization for many, many years.
For everybody who's considering coming to our event for the first time, we promise a memorable Saturday morning. Yes, there's a 5K. You can run it, you can walk it. It's timed. You can go out for your personal best, or you can stroll along. You can't spend those 2-3 hours without smiles. The smile while you're doing it, and the smile while we're providing the program, and everybody in the amphitheater. It is rich with energy and celebration. But whether there are 100 people there or 1,000, and we'll have well over 1,000 this year, every one of them matters, and everybody that's raising money, whether they raise $10 or $10,000, and we have both. That matters. That matters. So yeah. So it's pretty amazing, and we have to keep reminding each other and thanking the people that make Head for the Cure a priority. So we're back again at the same spot.
Yeah,
one of the best venues of any of our events, maybe the best venue. So the race starts at 8 o'clock, but we're there early.
We are. Yeah,
Head your trailer and an army of volunteers, and you bring them out too. So And then after the race, we have a fun kids run, and again, great music. The sound system's incredible, and then our program, and it's really fun to recognize people. And everybody who's seeing this, you either signed up. So we'll see you on May 6th, 8 in the morning, and send this to somebody else to grow your team. Send it to your team and ask them if they could round up a little bit, $10 or a few more donations. I say often that Head for the Cure is a fundraising organization that again builds awareness, raises funds, and ignites hope. From the event itself. So is there one memory or one thought that sort of always pulls you in that you reflect on, or is it too many?
I really think there was a couple, and one was when Taylor Roth was in a wheelchair, and her parents pushed her around the 5K, and I'm going to get emotional talking about it.
Oh.
But they stopped the wheelchair just enough so that she could do a couple steps across the finish line. And I don't think there was a dry eye in the whole entire amphitheater that saw that. And that to me is what it's about, right? They will just fight and fight and fight. And Taylor's still fighting. And she's an amazing young woman who, received her PhD, going all through treatment. And
He is amazing. Oh my gosh. That's her life.
But and Mo Jones did that too. And I mean, so many people. Last year, there was a lady, Annette, who she was the epitome of joy. We've lost her a couple months ago, and she danced across that finish line, and it was just amazing. It was just an amazing sight. So I think I love sitting there at the finish line and just cheering those survivors on. So that's really what I love about that, and hugging their necks. And it's just a true joy and privilege to do that.
I think for those of you that haven't been to a Head for the Cure event, don't miss this year.
What are you waiting for? You got to come.
What are you waiting for? Absolutely. Oh, just come out and join us, and I promise you'll smile through Mother's Day. Sherry, thanks for everything. We will see you in a few weeks on
It's the finish line. Absolutely.
Finish line.